This 1 Degree Outside video is sponsored by Fiesta Shows. Have fun with the whole family. August 8th through 10th at the Bolton Fair. With Fiesta Shows, it's rides, games, live entertainment, and delicious food. Don't miss out. Skip the ticket line and save using promo code 1Degree at fiesta.onedegreeoutside.com. Tuesday Insights here at the 1 Degree Outside Weather Network, that deep dive into meteorology behind the forecast that you see. Hi, I'm meteorologist Matt Noyes. In this video, we'll talk about thinning wildfire smoke as cleaner air comes back into play, the quick return of lower humidity after feeling an increase today. Rip current's going to be increasing second half of this week because of Dexter down to the south. We'll talk about that. Larger storms, though, do avoid New England here over the coming days, and we'll talk more about that as well. So again, if you want to grab the 14-day forecast anytime you want our app, that's where you can see the numbers for your town, hyper-local, right? Search 1 Degree Outside Weather on the App Store and Google Play. The overall pattern features right now the jet stream flowing pretty quickly over New England, and this keeps anything moving along in terms of disturbances. It's going to be what helps to sweep Dexter out to sea as well. And the other thing that we talked about in the monthly forecast, it really is a recurring theme over the month, is we do from time to time build these large ridges or big domes of high pressure, both at the surface and aloft. We think that that's going to result in what will likely end up being drier than normal conditions and probably milder than normal conditions as well, though you do get some cool nights out of it along the way. In terms of Dexter and the latest on that, latest information from the Hurricane Center, but obviously when we have a digital product like this, we would always refer you to our app where you can track the tropical systems as well in that radar tab. But the forecast, as I mentioned, is to get this thing caught up in the westerlies and carry it out to sea, and there is no change to the expectation there from when the first forecast package came out with Dexter. So what does that mean for us? It does increase the waves. We get into Wednesday afternoon, you've got 2, 3, and 4 feet if you get far enough southeast toward Georges Bank. So even though high pressure builds in, and our wind is fairly light, the swell that's coming off of Dexter continues to increase, not just Thursday, but even into Friday and Saturday. The waves will kick up a little bit, 3 and 4 feet when you get from Wilkinson and Jordan Basin running out into the northern flank. And by the time we get to Saturday, you've still got what may be on the order of about 2 to 4 feet into the Gulf of Maine as well. This does result in rip currents, generally moderate to high, the yellow being moderate, the red being high. So we are on guard for areas of rip here in the coming days. The other thing is the wildfire smoke still being carried into our area, but the surface wind is really important. While you'll still see that wildfire smoke, notice the surface smoke forecast is continue to bring it back to the west. Why? Because you get cleaner air coming in off the ocean. We start to develop an onshore wind. It keeps us coolest at the coast, but it also filters out the wildfire smoke. So the western New England sees it most over the coming 36 to 48 hours. But it tends to thin out for everybody. By the time we get to the end of the period, this would be some very light surface smoke, not a big deal. Atmospheric energy kind of reflects the overall jet stream pattern, which is, yep, you do get these disturbances that come north from time to time, but they have trouble getting north of the mid-Atlantic before they hit that developing upper-level ridge and kind of get deflected back off. So there'll be another storm center developing as we get to the end of this week. I'll show you the surface reflection in a minute, but this too looks like it probably gets caught up in the fast flow and carried back out to sea. We'll watch to make sure there's no changes to that, but right now, that's the most likely outcome. So each afternoon, there is the chance, including today, tomorrow on Wednesday, and again as we get into Thursday, of an isolated shower storm developing in northern and western portions of New England. Mostly the onshore wind coming off the ocean prohibits that from happening in eastern New England. You can see that's the case on Thursday as well. And then as we get toward the end of the week on Friday, high pressure starts to drift off to the east. And again, central, western, northern New England may get an isolated storm. They're going to tend to start in the mountains, then they may travel out of the mountains. But again, the closer to the coastline you go, the less likely that is to be the case. As we head into the upcoming weekend, we look at that storm developing down to the south, which again, right now looks like it cut off at the pass. So if you may get disturbances here at home, but they're going to be fast moving. They're going to be fairly moisture starved as they're all northern stream disturbances. The temperatures stay really mild and nice along the way. Again, it's a little cooler at the coast, not just today, but again tomorrow as you get that onshore wind, but still running close to 80 degrees. Very nice stuff. Notice the dew point temperature tomorrow goes from being in the 60s today with that humidity back down to the 50s, that more comfortable air. And once that's in, it's in for a lot of the rest of the week. So you look at Wednesday night lows, we're down to about 60 either side of that. Thursday, high temperatures still only about 80 or so for most spots. By the time we get to Thursday night, low temperatures are backing down to the 50s to around 60. And then by Friday, we're back into the 80s, but very comfortable air that'll be with us for the most part. The humidity does start to increase a bit as we head into the weekend. And there are signs, if you are a member and you could get that 14-day dew point and feels like forecast, which is for any level of membership, by the way. There are signs the dew point temperature starts to go up again pretty significantly as we get into next week. But membership.onedegreeoutside.com to find out more about that. That's how things look for now. Hope you have a great rest of the day. We will see you with beach and boating coming up in just a little bit. And, of course, updates anytime that they're needed at onedegreeoutside.com and atop the home screen of our One Degree Outside weather app.